Okay, so this is the first page. It's just going to kind of go over the standards from the state that we're trying to meet. This one's all about measuring. If you click over onto the teacher's notes, it's going to show you the subject area that we're in, the topic specifically, the grade that we're working with. Just read over the notes. Make sure that you understand that the kids are at different levels just from prior knowledge that they've learned from home. Okay, so this is going to be their first activity. Just let them know that it's a pre-test. It's not going to be graded. Just going to see how much they already know so that we can kind of get a feel about where they're at and like what exactly we need to focus on. So then if you click the actual activity, it's going to open up. It should have 5 questions. If you want to know how heavy something is, what do you check? So let's say the kid guessed length. It's going to come up as an X. So then have a next kid come up. They're going to choose weight. Correct. So then they can move on to the next one up at the top. Okay, so their next activity is going to be a matching activity. One of their tiles is going to state length, width, height, temperature, or weight. They're expected to find the corresponding tile that goes with it. It should have like a definition type of a thing on it. Make sure that as we're going through these, you're letting them know what the objective is, which is stated on each information page. Like this one, it says the objective of this activity is to ensure that you understand the difference between each types of measurement. So then we should pull this up. Okay, it's not coming up, but we do have a matching activity later on the slide, and you can kind of get a feel for what it is. It should come up a little bit later. Okay, so third activity, they're going to drag and click on the pictures to put animals in order from the heaviest to the lightest. Again, read them the objective in class. This is what their activity is going to look like. Okay, so let's say that we're going to go from heaviest to lightest. So we'll move an elephant here. We're going to say a kid puts a caterpillar there. Go ahead and check them. Keep on doing it until they get them in the right line, like the right order. They're up there, check. Everything's good. This activity is the exact same as the last one, but this one's going to make sure that they can differentiate from height. So we're going to want to go from shortest to the tallest. Okay, so again, check, and keep on doing that until the kids get it right. Okay, and this is going to be their final activity for the measurement unit. It's going to focus on the different types of tools that we actually use to measure the height and length of something or the weight. It's also going to be clicking and dragging pictures, but it's going to be putting them into categories. Here's going to be our activity for that. Okay, so as you can see, we have height and length in one because you use similar tools, obviously. Then you have weight in another one. So we have a ruler, height and length. You have someone lifting weights, weight. We have this, going to go over here, etc. Let's say they do put the ruler over in the weight, though. When you hit check, it's going to tell them no. If they have any questions, just make sure that you go over them. And that's all that we have for the measurement unit. So now we're going to go on to our second standard that we need to cover. This one's going to be over reading comprehension and analysis of literary texts. Make sure that you scroll down this and read all of this. It's a couple different standards that we're going to go over, so it's important that you understand those. If you click on the teacher's notes, it's just going to tell you. Again, prior knowledge is going to be whatever they obtained at home. I kind of wrote that over in the lesson plans over here. One thing that you can do after working with them is seeing if the kids need to be split into 2 different group levels and work with them to give them individualized attention. If not, that's fine too. Okay, so your first activity is going to be keywords in a random order, and it's going to be the kids' job to figure out what they are and unscramble the words. Go over the objective with them on that page and read them the directions, and then here's kind of what it's going to be. So start. So this one's going to be plot, but let's say they don't know it. Storyline of the book. So they need to go P, L, O, and as you can see, it's timing me up there. and then it says excellent. It gives me my score. There's a few keywords for them to know. So our next activity is they're going to have two categories, reality and fantasy. One of the standards is ensuring that the kids know the difference between what's reality and then like what's a fictional book. So we used characters in this one, and you'll see the activity right here. Have your fantasy side, your reality side. Let's move. The witch is going to be over in fantasy. The dragon will be fantasy. A soccer player in reality. Go ahead and check them. See how they do, and everything will be good. That's a pretty basic one. Okay, so our next one is they're going to click a tile. It'll be matching. This is the one that wasn't working earlier, so you can kind of see how it works with this one. They're going to have a keyword, and then there's going to be a definition. Their job is to find the corresponding tile. It's to make sure that they have a good grasp on our keywords and also what they mean. Okay, yeah, so this is what I wanted to show you earlier. So the storyline of a book, so we would be looking for plot for that one. But there we did setting, where the story takes place, so then they go away. Okay, so this one's important. Make sure that you actually get out the book, The Little Red Riding Hood, and we're going to go read that to the kids. Then we're going to talk about the main events. This is actually going to be a storyline type of a plot here, and you'll ask the kids, like, for example, what happened first in the book? What's the first main event to happen? And they'll give you an answer, and then you'll let one of the kids come up and click on it. So they should have said Little Red Riding Hood finds out that her grandma's sick. Just kind of see what they have to say and compare it to this. And then this right here is actually our final activity. It's the most important. It's actually applying everything that we've already learned from the unit. Make sure the kids take it very seriously. It's not graded, but they do need to do their best because it does kind of let us know whether or not they understand things and if we need to explain anything any further. It's multiple choice. You can see here this one's actually going to be 10 questions. So it's quite a lot. This is longer than most of them that they do. But they need to go through it all and pay attention. The Wolf in Little Red Riding Hood is an example of a character. That'll let them go on to the next one. And just write down if they get them right or wrong so that we know. And that should be it.